the time that was available, as the point was made by Mr. Kamath, the time that was available for preparation of budget was too short. Within that short time, he has presented an excellent budget. Now, I do not have any information to say that it is prepared by a bureaucrat and not by. In fact, it does not look that it is prepared by a bureaucrat. It looks that he has presented it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been as controversial as Mr. Cleopath had made out to be. Now, kindly see the social reformation schemes and social sector schemes, that the 3 cylinders, then electricity, then allocation to the panchayat, then electric buses, then water. All these social security schemes and social
You
people.
are saying these are political schemes.
So these are political. These are meant for marginalized and deprived citizens of our state, and therefore to say that this government is a point was being, of course, when the point comes of counter, it will be taken. But this, as far as on political count is concerned, this is an excellent budget. Now, as far as economics is concerned, the Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister, and this government has been making repeatedly again a point about Swayambhurna Goa, about Sarkar Tumcha Dari. These are all aspects of economic governance. It is all aspects of economic fulfillment. And in that, within the limited time that was available, full marks to the government. In fact, that this budget could be, because there is a constitutional mandate that it is required to be presented, that within this short time this could be presented in a very effective and a decisive manner.
Politically, yes, Glover, I'll come to you. Siddharth, politically, one important point that Manoj also raised is the delay. Delay in deciding the legislature party leader, delay in distributing the portfolios. So the message is clear that the agenda will be driven by center and local leadership will have the execution powers. Do you agree with that?
How does one say that the delay is attributed to the center only? Well, is it in a democratic process, if certain things are to be discussed, deliberated, and then decided, is it anti-democratic? But did you want, in fact, if the center had to push its agenda, it would have been ready on the day one. How do you say, in fact, this is an indication that these things are being discussed at a local level in a democratic fashion? How does one say that it is coming from the center? And if it was coming from the center, why would it not come?
Yeah, if you are saying if it was coming from the center, it would have been a diktat to be implemented. Okay. Yeah, Cleopath, you wanted to make a point.
No, I was only saying that there was no obligation to present the budget in the form that has been done, because there could be a vote on account for a limited period, and thereafter much discussion. What Professor Manoj Kamath tells us, that memorandums of industry could be considered, memorandum of other interested groups could be considered. Secondly, what was promised in the manifesto could be considered, and a holistic view could be taken for giving a full-fledged budget. And over a period of 1 month or 2 months, there could be a vote on account for which the administration would be run based on the agenda set up earlier. There was no such a tearing hurry to present the budget. Of course, it is a browning point to say that yesterday I have been sworn in, today I have presented the budget. I mean, that way it's a great browning point.
Derek, what do you think could be the reason behind this hurry? What statement Chief Minister wanted to make? That I am continuing, I was there in the previous term, I don't need much time to carry forward that same administration, I can prepare a full-fledged budget. Because he could have very well taken vote on account, he chose not to.
I think the statement the Chief Minister is trying to make is that this is a continuous process from the previous government to the present government. The other statement that he's trying to probably make, or doesn't want to make, but it seems that it has already been made, is that this whole preparation of a budget is a very routine thing. Lot of the schemes and lot of the announcements that he's made are not out of this world. They're routine. They're continuous process. Okay, so if you look at it wholly, he has not made any statement. There is no statement in this budget. This is just a continuous process from previous administration to the present administration. I agree with Cleopath. The way he said is he could have taken 2 months or he could have taken 2.5 months. and come out with a real mission statement. And he has just lost that opportunity. He could have focused on solar power. He could have focused on tourism. He could have focused on e-governance. These are terms that people just talk about, but there is nothing happening. There is no focus. There is no signature. There is no signature theme to this budget.
I asked that question, Derek, and I'll go to Manoj now before I go to Cleophas Bab again. Manoj, I asked that question precisely because of the political point you made. That there was a continuous argument because of the delay that whether somebody else is trying to control the political narrative post results. Through this budget, Chief Minister wanted to make a very clear statement. No, I am in charge. I can present this budget within 48 hours because I was the Chief Minister before the results also. Do you think that is the statement Chief Minister wanted to make? That I am in control here. The political, the initial political ramifications of the results are over now and this is my administration. Do you think that was the purpose behind this?
Yeah, so if we take your statement as true, then it further strengthens what I have to say. When the center is trying to manage the state affairs, political state affairs, the economic affairs are ought to be managed by the Chief Minister. He is responsible for day-to-day functioning. See, as I started off by saying, this seems to be an end of Parrikar regime. Now, Parrikar had some 2-3 salient characteristics within him. What is that? Every budget had a Parrikar stamp. You could see Parrikar's reflection, Parrikar's way of thinking. And he paid minute attention to each and every word, every allocation, and there was a logic behind every statement he made in his previous budgets. Point one. Point number two, all the decisions, whether it is respect to allocation of portfolios or choosing his council of ministers, were done instantly, and never ever in Goa's history there was such kind of an unprecedented delay. Now, the MLAs who have been elected this time, so if you really look at the quality of candidates what BJP has given this time, there seems to be that everyone is tamed already. Either they have been tamed because of their electoral compulsions. People like that of Babush, people like of Mrs. Montserrat are already tamed. So there is no second option or next alternative which can be seen, which can ever be imagined. So Chief Minister's hands are already strengthened. So if he had to exercise his powers, nobody would have stopped him by now. Because even earlier, within 1 or 2 days, the council was formed. So therefore, it seems that whatever would be the kind of crisis which people were perceiving between number 1 and number 2 is not to be seen. Is not to be seen because the center has a clear agenda and has clear strategy about how to douse the fire. Now, the reason is simple why Chief Minister has presented his budget. He wanted to give an clear indication, so which we say it's just an effect or just an veil which he wanted to show that the power is in my hands and I know.
One more. I'll go to, before I go to Siddhartha, I'll go to Cleophas. There is one more very interesting political point about this debate.